XRP's price action has been a volatile ride over the last 48 hours or so, hitting a lot of our expectations. In today's video, we're going to be jumping back down into the technical analysis on XRP, where I'll be sharing my thoughts and opinions as to where I think that price action is heading next. As I get into today's video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, and let's take a look at what's going on here with XRP. So this is XRP paired up with USDT. We're on the 1 hour Binance chart here, and just following on from the previous video, we were looking for a move into this low range. This was between basically 51.04 to 51.83. We can see here that we did wick down into a low of 50.68 cents, and then we were looking for a move to the upside in line with our arrows here. So we were looking for this breakdown. We hit the breakdown. From here, we were looking for a break to the upside. That break to the upside, we were targeting out to 53.58 to 56.09. Here we can see that we've had a bit of a rejection already, and we're heading in our direction here for our final target range, which is between 49.35 and 50.84. Now, a lot of you guys will know, if you were following in the previous video, that these were rough targets drawn in with typical expectations based on the market movements. Okay, so although we've hit a lot of these, it does actually change some of our targets a little bit with how deep we went down here. Our target to range to the upside would be ever so slightly different, and our moves to the downside are basically linked to, I guess, the performance of this rally, this relief rally that we've seen. So we need to analyze what's going on here. So we saw rejection off the 50 EMA here on the hourly chart. We're finding brief support at the moment on the 50 simple moving average. Our structure of this move to the upside is very corrective, and what I mean by that is the candlestick patterns here are overlapping with each other. Okay, and this is an indication that this is a short-term move to the upside. Okay, even though we had this kind of bigger move with Bitcoin taking a little bit of a run to the upside yesterday, we do see a little bit of a move up here into that range, and it kind of does break out of that. If you were drawing a trend line, you could say, okay, maybe it broke above some trend lines, but for the most part, you can see clean rejection. Higher highs, higher lows with an overlapping candlestick nature does have a tendency to want to break on down. We've been through that many times already. So the short-term move up into our range may not be over just yet, but it's nearing its completion. So the reason I say that is we have a nice three-wave drop towards our 50 simple moving average. The blue line to the yellow line is a three-wave move, so we can draw that in here. You can kind of see three waves coming in here. This is looking like it's actually nearing its completion, and therefore we want to be thinking about what happens next, which in my opinion will be a bit of a relief rally again. You can see right in here is typical 1 to 1.236 fib scales right on that EMA. So my approach to this from a trading point of view is actually to go long. Even though I am expecting a breakdown here, I'm expecting another move up into our higher range here a little bit. So I'm going to go long, I think is the most probable scenario here. And we'll just do some cross references with some other tools in a moment. And we're going to target out a new higher high on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for this resistance that we had. There's also this really interesting fair value gap right inside here as well. And you can see that right here. So this overlap could be a very interesting point of reference. But I think for now, we want to be a little bit conservative on our expectations. So for our long position here, I'm going to be targeting out 1.5 on the risk reward ratio. But I want to also give us a little bit of depth in here just in case it does decide it wants to overextend down a little way. So we want to find some support, which is going to be down here a little bit as well. So I'm going to look for something in this range for support to be found. So I would put a stop loss somewhere in and around that kind of 51.89 cents. We'll do market entry for the purpose of this trade idea, and I'll target out 1.5 on the risk reward ratio, which would put us here at take profit at 53.94, right? So that's going to be the idea for an XRP long. If it does come down and loses this area of previous support, then we are going to be just moving down into our lower target range. So if that happens, we want to be thinking about an entry for a short position, stop loss higher than the previous swing high, targeting out down here, and you'll have a great risk reward ratio. So the way I'll look at this is we have the ability for a quick long before going into the short. The short is the preferred trade, okay? So I'm going to be looking for that short position really, but I think there's an opportunity here over the weekend to maybe go long on XRP. So we take a look at our structure here. To me, it looks like we have the potential for this to go up a little bit higher, maybe fill out the fair value gap a little bit. I don't think we'll test the 200 EMA. It won't, in my opinion, go that high because I am looking for this break to the downside a little bit further. So let's go ahead and take a look at that trade idea for a second here, because if we are to go long, we want to be thinking about, our stochastic RSI on the 1 hour time frame being in a position to maybe go up a little bit. And so that does look likely to be the case in my opinion. So if I had to trade it, I'm thinking trade quickly here for a long position. Once the long position either hits invalidation, breaks down, we can go short on a rebound with a stop loss higher than the previous swing high and target down here 1.5 risk reward ratio. Alternatively, if we do see this long play out as expected, we find that short position entry and we target the bigger move to the downside. Okay, so that would be my approach from a trading point of view. And talking about trading, Blowfin are at it again. If you're looking for a chance to score some serious USDT rewards, you've come to the right place. Blowfin, the cryptocurrency exchange, is hosting a fantastic promotion where you can grab your share of a massive 100,000 USDT prize pool. Yes, you heard that right, 100,000 USDT up for grabs. Blowfin is welcoming new users in the best way possible. If you sign up on their platform and start trading, you'll be eligible to get a slice of that 100,000 USDT prize pool. Imagine diving into trading and getting a chance to win some of that sweet USDT just for being active on their platform. Here's how you can get in on the action. Step 1, click the referral link in the description to sign up to Blowfin. Step 2, once you've signed up, start trading on the platform. Step 3, by participating in trades, you'll be in the running to claim a part of that 100,000 USDT prize pool. It's that easy. So don't wait around. If you're thinking about getting into trading or looking for a new exchange to try out, now is the perfect time to make your move. Use the link in the description down below to sign up to Blowfin, start trading, and get your chance to get hold of some of that USDT. Okay, so all of the terms and conditions for Blowfin can be found on their website, and obviously the timings on this thing, I think the competition is running until the 14th of October. So you've still got plenty of time on that one, so check it out. Obviously, this is a Blowfin promotion. It's nothing to do with Cheeky Crypto. It's nothing to do with YouTube. It's purely Blowfin. So all the details can be found on the link in the description down below, so check it out. So taking a look at this then, we can see that our momentum is definitely correcting nicely. That allows us to see that kind of potential move there. Relative strength index has broken down lower than the 50 level, so we're getting bearish momentum at the moment here for the oscillator. If we turn that off and bring in our volume profile, so you can see here that as we've had this little move to the downside, volumes have decreased. That tells me that we're likely to find support here and have this run to the upside. So to me, it looks like we have a small run before we get into the bigger moves to the downside. We did see a little bit of volume spiking up here as we pushed up towards the 50 EMA. And so, yeah, to me, it looks like we do have a pretty interesting chart forming here for XRP. And obviously, we did break down in line with those expectations. This is a bigger move, of course. We can see here the diagonal, the bounce, and then we're looking for this 5-wave move coming down here, which we have seen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see that right there. This then I think has reached, and I'm just going to do the due diligence on it. It should be a 1.618 move in that next one coming down here. So actually, that's the incorrect structure. That's the wave 4 that we're in. That's the wave 5. That's the wave 3, like so. And the reason for that is we haven't reached 1.618, I don't believe. Let me just do the check here. No, but I'll also just make sure that I have this right on the nose here. So it's a little bit on the low side. Our wick high for this wave 1, wave 4 is a high of 63.42. So I'll go ahead and check that just to make sure that we're not. No, we haven't. So yeah, we have the wave 3 here. We have the wave 4. We'll look for that final 5th wave movement, which will hit that bigger 1.618 structure. And that there is then going to be marking up everything through the kind of wave 1, the wave 2, the wave 3, the 4, then the 5. And so this is kind of what we're tracking from the internal counts. In here, we also can see the wave 5 structure forming out as well. So we have the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. Inside the wave 3, you can also see in here, as we kind of keep going through these degrees, guys, this becomes very, very obvious once you know what you're looking for, but you can see the depths that this is going through. And there's a lot going on with Elliott wave theory. A lot of people don't go to the depth that you need to truly kind of get the correct structures formed. But this is why I think we are in this particular pattern, because we see all the different degrees of separation between the different waves. And obviously 5-3, 5-3, 5s, which are your impulsive breakdowns, they all break down lower as you go through the time frames into 5-wave structures. So a wave 3 should always be 5 waves unless it's a diagonal, for example, right? So lots going on. This is why I think we are likely to see a big breakdown here into this lower range at the moment, depending on how high this goes. But I'm going to roughly say 49.25 to 50.84, and then of course we'll see a bounce and then another drop to the downside. This is a big reversal pattern on the 1 hour time frame. Let's roll this up into a daily time frame, because obviously we did breach higher than the 65.86. So we finished off a Y wave here and it truncated. This bearish move, this bearish breakdown for XRP is a potential worrying point for many. Because we, best case scenario, are looking for a relief rally, okay, up to the previous resistances and then another breakdown. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is the one that we actually see a more longer term break to the downside, where it's more impulsive like this. Again, not overly too problematic, I will point out, because I'm not looking for major breaks to the downside, but we are looking for coming back down into these cooler ranges, in my opinion. So there's a lot to play for here. We were hoping that we'd see the 75 to 85 cents. I was quite cautious on this one. I didn't think we were going to push up to 75 to 85 cents right away. I do expect this, or did expect this kind of volatility. Now, obviously, a lot of this is driven from the bigger macroeconomic climate, the geopolitical tensions that are going on. We also see the US elections playing their role. We see the SEC playing their role in this. This is not just isolated to XRP. XRP has been a little bit mistreated by the SEC, of course, and we are seeing some more volatility on the back of the appeal, which, of course, in my mind, and I've been talking about on the channel for a while, was an inevitability. I didn't see any reason why they wouldn't do this. So I think for the most part, we saw the relief rally coming up here. We were hopeful for the 75 to 85 cent breakout, but I was a skeptic, and it looks like being a skeptic has paid off and paid dividends here. So for the most part, XRP continues to be caught in its range. We are looking for another retest of the 33.46 to 46.16, in my opinion, where we are still inside the potential bearish pattern here, where we are looking for a completed move a little bit lower for XRP's price action. Of course, we're hopeful that doesn't happen, but it's still a possibility that we have to kind of take into consideration. So for the most part, everything is kind of behaving as expected, nothing terribly too unusual, and for the most part, there's a little bit of volatility to be taken advantage of on the smaller timeframes from a trading point of view. But what do you think about the XRP price action? Do you think we're going to see a recovery anytime soon, or do you think we're just going to have better opportunities for dollar cost averaging? Let me know in the comments down below, or join us in our free Discord server. We would love to hear from you. Guys, if you haven't done so already, check out this video right here. It's not one you're going to want to miss.